We should also be cautious about the motivation of the one who provides information. That's why the scriptures warn us against priestcraft.
Trav is Wayne Goodsell. Lucifer is the father of all lies. That's exclusive Mormon doctrine, but Christians will accept that. And so, anybody who lies are a false prophet. They claim the title of a prophet. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints claims that they have the title of prophet. And so they're claiming that this weekend's April 2025 General Conference is the 195th Annual General Conference. Unfortunately, they're lying to you. Lying. Because they don't do it accurately. It's deceptive. They're assuming that Joseph Smith is the founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that there's been a conference every April and October since April 1830. April 6th, 1830. Well, no. Wrong. See, when Joseph Smith was locked up in Liberty Jail, there was no April conference then. And so, no, there was no continuous conferences. And there have been others that have not been held. So what they are portraying is a fraud to fool the world, and especially Mormons, that the church has always been the same. There've never been any interruptions. Everything's fine. No need to investigate. No need to study church history. Move along. Get the hell out. Report to your stake president for disciplinary action. They want you to believe the con and the lie. Because, thanks to Stanford, he had provided me with Brigham Young's Articles of Incorporation for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If he is the legally lawful successor of Joseph Smith, he didn't need to file articles of incorporation. In 1851, February 6th is when Brigham Young signed it. But here's another kicker. He signed it as the governor of the territory of Utah, but wrote it and signed it as the governor of the state of Deseret. A con man and a fraud. Articles of incorporation were not revealed to the church. They were filed secretly by him. The rest of the Mormons believed that he was the rightful successor and that the church was already named the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because they were either a part of his coup, the Danites, or they were converted by them with the wrong name of the church, calling the Book of Mormon another testament of Jesus Christ. Apparently, there were a lot of people who were illiterate back then, who were unable to read Jews. So yes, Constantine took advantage of the populace who were illiterate, and especially made illiterate with the Dark Ages created by the creation of Christianity and Jesus, the light of intelligence. It's just like AI. It's anti-intelligence. Can never tell the truth. And so this has been exposed by me. But the church keeps hoping that there's enough dumb Mormons who will never do the research, who will never know how to do the research, to deceive you, to lead you astray in the great con. Now you may think that, well, then that means that the conference in 1852 is then where we start. Let's see, that's Utah Trump Ice 2025 news for tomorrow morning. A bad Mormon was pardoned by Trump today. I got a leak. Let's see, so 2025, 1852, 371. So it would technically then be the 172nd annual General Conference, not the 195th. However, there's more the church has not disclosed to the membership. 1887, the church was finally shut down completely by the United States of America for their tithing criminal operation, which made polygamy worse. And so the church will only tell you that they were religiously persecuted by the United States of America to be denied child bride polygamy. Why do you think Warren Jeffs and others were practicing child bride polygamy after leaving the main body and still believe in Adam as our Heavenly Father? Who raped his daughter Mary to produce rape baby Jesus. So no, the church ceased to exist on the face of the earth. They lied to us. Wilford Woodruff would be coming out and saying, hey, we're never going to lead you astray as the president of the church. Oops. You were dissolved. Grover Cleveland only pardoned polygamy. He did not pardon the tithing. We did not allow you to restore your church. It was still dissolved. And so enter Heber J. Grant, who secretly, Mormons didn't know, they still thought the church was still true. Deceived that they're no longer a religion. It's gone. Heber J. Grant, in 1923, after the October Conference, would file articles of incorporation for a religion that didn't exist. It's a shell company. It's a complete fraudulent organization. And it's using the membership to make its money off of. Who believe the church is still in existence, let alone true as Christian with Jesus rather than Jewish. And so then this would make it, if this were true, 1924's April conference. And so it'd be the 101st annual General Conference. Nope. Nelson, if it were Brigham's, would be the 16th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16th instead of 17th. If you're going to say that it's Heber J. Grant, then you've got to give him the number of 11, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. However, church isn't true. It's not in existence. This is a fraudulent organization, scamming the world, scamming the government, scamming the members into making them believe that they're a legitimate religious organization. And anybody who sees the current articles of incorporation through the Freedom of Information Act and go, oh, well, it says it's Corporation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And in fact, Nelson changed it to just the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, just like Brigham Young did. And so none of this is legitimate. It is a criminal operation through and through. Nothing they say is true. Nothing they do is legal. All of it is an illegal, criminal, terrorist, insurrectionist organization. This must be clear and understood as a prerequisite. Mormons can get upset all they want. You cannot live in denial. Remember who's the author of all lies, Mormons. These are the facts. You can go weep on your own. You've been conned. They're stealing your money. They're getting you to be evil. Irene's little church news clip for today made it very clear you can deceive people with the word and have a more powerful effect on lying to them. He didn't bother to tell you about that from the Book of Mormon, about the Antichrist. Korihor, for example, was very influential in deceiving people with lies. Right, women? Yeah, women are more susceptible to emotional manipulation. Korihor was an emotional manipulator. You know, like a psychologist. Huh, interesting. The majority of psychologists, and in the other titles of the same name, are women. The Field of Korihor, taught at BYU, where you can get a degree in going to prison for your crimes and abuses. If you hadn't been paying attention to the local news for the past couple of years. all coming crumbling down, even though the church and other psychological companies like the Huntsman Mental Center are still trying to keep it going. One center gets locked down, another one is built. One psychologist goes to prison, 100 more graduate. Oh dear God, it is a nightmare, and people are easily conned with lies when they are not taught truth, when they are not taught how to learn the truth. This is what the church has learned. Keep them dumb. And when they're older, they're easily conned. And you can get them to commit crimes for you and protect you from prosecuted for crimes. So yes, Judge Shelby, it's an obvious ruling, and he'd gone on yet another month without a ruling. He knows. He knows. And that's why he won't render a ruling. He knows. We all know. It's in Section 119. It's blatantly obvious. And yet the church still tried to lie. Oh, we have LDS charities and philanthropies and other places to donate. Oh no, if we get ruled against, we won't be able to do charity anymore. We'll have to pay taxes. You're a criminal operation. You're illegal. This church needs to be dissolved if it were legal in the first place to dissolve it. All of the 15, plus the presiding bishopric and the presidency of the 70, if not all the general 70, all need to be locked up. And then we should lock up the other leaders of the church too, just for being stupid. This is the great con. And so this is what you need to remember going into conference. They are not telling you the truth. They are lying to you. They are criminals. And everything they say, everything they do, is to get you to believe them and to commit the crimes and protect them in their crimes. Let people sin. Nelson's manner of translation of Hebrew for Jesus. I shouldn't have to repeat that if you were following me.